Hey, badass business owners, welcome to another episode of the Local Small Business Coach Podcast, where each episode we work on getting you to $100,000 in take-home pay. So if you're all ready to boost your profits, increase your sales, improve your processes, and develop stronger teams so you can stop living job to job, then let's dive in. Hey, badass business owners, welcome back to the show. Hey, today's probably going to be a quick one because I really want to focus on one thing, and I want you to practice something. I want you to practice your elevator speech. Now, you might be asking yourself, okay, Tammy, I've heard that term before. What does that mean? And the reason they call it an elevator speech is this. Let's just say you get on an elevator. You only had from the 6th floor down to the 1st floor to explain to them and be memorable as to what it is that you do. Now, a lot of us stumble on that and we don't, we might just go, oh, I'm a landscaper. Oh, I'm a plumber. Very nice professions and everything else, but they're not really memorable. What you want to try to do is how can you create something that you say in 30 seconds or so, 30, 45 seconds, a minute, and how can you convey what it is that you do to somebody that's going to cause them to want to know more, to learn more, to ask more questions, instead of just going, oh, that's cool. Have you ever had that? Let me ask you, if people ask you what you do and they kind of give you that nod and shake and says, oh, that's interesting, and they don't really go any further, usually what that means is you don't have a great elevator speech. You're not really conveying what it is that you do to make them want to be curious and to learn more. The elevator speech is going to be the most memorable if you keep in mind two things. One is start with this. You don't have to use these exact words, okay? Some people take me a little too seriously, but it might be, how, and what you're going to do is you're going to hit them with that pain point I'm always talking to you about. What problem are they doing? What, maybe it's something they would love to be able to do or something, but think of that thing that's going to resonate with them. So, what's that thing that keeps them up in the middle of the night? What's that thing that's going to just grab their attention right away? And that's what you want to start with. And then what you want to do is, what we do or what I do or what my company does. And then what you do is you proceed to tell them how you love to fix it. What's going to make you stand out? So for example, once again, if you're a landscaper, instead of just going, yeah, I'm a landscaper, and you can say, hey, you know how sometimes you have these trees that are just totally overgrown and they're just falling, they're hitting your roof and they're on your neighbor's property. All of a sudden I went blank. Well, I'm the guy that comes in. I'm a tree specialist, and I love being able to go cut those trees back off of people's houses. Oh, that's kind of cool. You know what? My neighbor's got this tree that is totally on my property. Or you know what? My roof tiles have been hit because of my tree. That's kind of interesting. Is there something else? You see what I'm saying? You're starting a dialogue because you found some pain point that they may or may not have. One I was using the other day, I've been talking about this recently in some meetings, and one of the examples I used the other day had to do with something where one of the people that I'm in a networking group with happens to do dog sitting. So for example, how many times, have you ever woken up and you just wanted to take a trip and you realized that you couldn't take the trip because you had nothing to do with Fido or Fluffy or whatever the case may be? Well, I'm that person that you call at the last minute saying, hey, would you be able to watch my dogs? Because she's got a whole team of people where she can do that for people. And people are going to remember that going, oh, that's kind of neat. You get a dog set, you get it, so there's all kinds of ways that you can create something. And for everybody's business, there's something out there that you can do. So for example, a lot of times when I'm talking to people and I'm like, how you're trying to get your business to go to that next level, but you just ran out of hours to be able to grow those sales and profits? Well, I'm the person that can sit down with you and help dive into your business and help you be able to figure out what your next steps can be without having to work more hours, but you can get more sales. Something quick. Think of your particular business. Every single one of you, it could be something fun. You know what? You can say, you know how it's 100 degrees outside and people love nothing more than cooling down with some ice cream? I run the local ice cream shop. Oh my God, you have ice cream. I can't tell you. I didn't. Now, you don't have to necessarily say you know how, But what you want to do is you want to start with something that they love or something that's keeping them up at night, some problem that they're facing, and then say how you fix that. How can you be memorable? How can you stand out over the plumber, over the other landscapers, over the other handyman? You know what? There's something special about you. We talked about you're having a unique selling proposition, having something that makes you stand out. Well, this just ties it all into your elevator speech and how it is that you can solve something for somebody. So hopefully that's making some sense. So once again, I want you to focus and I want you to practice on something that you can say in any networking meeting, anytime you bump into somebody at the store, anytime someone's just being polite. Let's face it, a lot of times people are just being polite and they go, oh, what do you do? You know what? Think of something that's going to spark them to want to learn more that you can get out in 15, 30, 45 seconds, whatever the case may be. And the best way to do it is to practice with, how, or, and then this is what we do. So, how, and then what is that you do. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this puppy up. I want you guys to practice that. Turn the podcast off, turn off the radio, whatever you're listening to, and start practicing on that. Try to come up with something fun. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. Do it over and over. Keep fine-tuning that sucker. And you're going to have one hell of an elevator speech that you'll be able to whip out of your pocket at any given time, at any kind of event, and be someone who's memorable because people are going to remember what pain point you solve and you were able to convey it in a short, quick manner of time. All right, with that, I'm out of here. I will talk to you on the next episode. Bye for now. Hey, badass business owners, before you go, just one thing. If you ever feel like you're alone and you would love to be with a like-minded group of individuals, head on over to our Badass Local Small Business Owner Facebook page. We have no spamming, no advertising, anything like that. Just your questions, mine, and we just kind of help each other out, grow our businesses, and share knowledge. You can feel free to know that you're in a safe place and ask your questions of people that are actually going to care about you. So once again, head on over to Facebook. It's the Badass Local Small Business Owner page. You can also hit the show notes and it's right there. Once again, it's going to be stuff and people out there that care about you and helping you grow your business.